Hello everyone, my name is Weedles and welcome to another Minecraft video. In this one we are going to look at my top 5, 10, sorry. Yeah, actually 11, kinda. Well, the top 11 Minecraft mods that are basically my favorites and I think they're really good and you should play with them. So, without any more speaking, let's get started. Okay, so at number 10, actually, there are two mods. This is a common trend between all of these. I just couldn't decide, so I put two in the same spot. At number 10, we have Ender.io and Industrial Foregoing. Now, these two mods are very awesome. They're really cool. They are brilliant mods. Just Ender.io, the problem they have is that getting started with this mod became so unnecessarily complicated. You gotta make simple machines, then you gotta make industrial machines. And in the past, was before 1.12.2, so basically this version, they had just straight up like industrial machines, and that version of mod would probably made it 4 or more. And industrial foregoing, again, same problem. It's just too annoying to get started with a mod. Okay, so at number 8, we have Thaumcraft. This is again a fantastic mod. It's a magic mod. And it I cannot I cannot describe it. It's like the problem I have with it is that it has too much, like not too much depth, but it's one of these mods that you cannot really ignore it. Adds so much things that it adds the magical forest biome, which is like a whole different level. Thank you. So adds like a magical forest biome and all that, which you cannot really ignore. Like if you put it in a pack, it's you cannot ignore it pretty much. It will always be there. So let's go to number 7. At number 7, we have another two mods. We have Tiny Progressions and Cyclic. So, Cyclic and Tiny Progressions. These are both random stuff mode, and actually, Open Blocks should have been here too. I don't know why it's not here. Um, wait. Cyclic is there. So, hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. Open Blocks. Tiny Progressions and Open Blocks. These two mods are random stuff mods that are both brilliant. They add a lot of things which can be very useful, and the problem I have with it, Open Blocks, it lacks a bit of texturing, and if you look at the Open Blocks thing, no. Yeah, no, where are you? Wait, uh, let me find that tab. I cannot find that tab, so basically, this mod kind of lacks texturing. Like, if you see here, these and these, the texturing isn't really brilliant, and this mod is also very OP at times. And that's both of these are the problems with tiny progressions too, but just really extreme. So tiny progressions, I'll hope I'll be able to find. Um, no, no, rough polish. Okay. So, no, come on, that's tiny. Thank you. So this mod kind of lacks texturing, so you can see here, this texturing isn't a very extreme thing in this mod. Like, you see the iron furnace isn't a very brilliant block, but there are stuff like the cobblestone generators, which they're awesomely textured, but the problem I have with this is that this mod is amazingly OP. Like the beef sandwich, this. Like, no. Yeah, let's look like a pro. So it's just two bread slices, which are basically bread, and steak to make beef sandwich, which is just pretty OP. And this mod, it's very OP. Very, very OP. But it's also a very fun mod to just mess around with, and it's very silly. So, let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we have Dark Utilities. This is a mod that adds, well, basically dark utilities. It adds some stuff that you can use as dark traps and stuff. For example, player traps. And like these mod, this mod is it's very fun to play around with and adds the charms that if you have seen modded gameplays, so you've probably seen players use the gluttony charm, which allows you to instantly eat food, and that's very cool. So it adds stuff like the sneaky button and a special type of TNT. Basically harmless TNT, and that's amazing for pranks. So I just spoiled number 5. Yay. Let's move on. Let's move on with an unnecessary cut to number 5. So at number 5 we have extra utilities 2 and cyclic. Yeah. Okay, so extra utilities 2 and cyclic are also random stuff mods that are basically the like they don't really have a problem. Like both of the problems that I've described over there, like they aren't really apparent in both of these mods. Like extra utilities too, like these textures are just fine. Cyclic also just fine textures. This is also from Cyclic. And yeah, just these mods were better than them, so yay. At number 4, we have two mods, Mechanism and Thermal Series. With Thermal Series, there's actually a lot of mods. Like, not a lot, but around 4. So, both of these are tech mods. And, like, Thermal Expansion is the main mod, tech mod in the Thermal Series, so, yeah. So, Mechanism is a mostly endgame mod that has a very incredible depth. Like you have gases and fluids and liquids and just really cool stuff. And Thermal Series is basically that mod just with simpler textures and less depth and more like starter oriented in a way. So like mechanism gain starter with mechanism get can be pretty annoying, but with thermal mods like you just pop a generator and basically that's it. Like a few minutes later you can have a really cool setup. So yeah, let's move on. At number 3 we have 3 mods. Hey, that's right, okay. That's really cool. 3 mods at number 3. So we have Botania, Magical Psy, and god damn it, and Astral Sorcery. These mods are magic mods that are very cool. They all have really cool depth. My favorite in all of these is Psy. So if you look at the actually, so Psy basically allows you to have like a wand and a set of tools that recharge from your Psy energy, and that's really cool. And cast some spells. But Tanya is like it's arguably a tech mod almost, just with the magical, well, just with the magical theme. Like you have flowers, which are basically machines, and flowers, which are basically generators. And we have Astral Sorcery, which is also a mod about empowering yourself in a way. And Astral Sorcery is all about the stars and the night, and using the starlight to create cool stuff. So let's move on to number two, which is very gigantic, as you can see. Okay, at number two, we have my absolute favorite mod. It is Nuclear Craft. You may have not heard about it, it's not a very famous mod. This mod it has an incredible depth, and it has really good balance, and is a very cool textured mod, as you can see, and it's just an amazing mod. It has like also all sorts of RTGs and like radioactive materials and all that. And it's just an incredible mod, basically. So let's move on to number one. At number one, we don't have actually anything fancy. We have JI, Wayla, and etc., Journey Map, and Phone Fix. So JI is basically this, an absolute must for any mod pack. Like, this helps basically too much almost. It it's it's such a big help. Like, if you want to look up stuff, you can just like, oh, I want to create energy, then generator. Then like, oh yay, generators, and then like look at the recipe, and that's a really cool mod. So Wayland, etc. is are mods that basically thing here in the top of the screen that shows you that I'm currently looking at a sign now, an anti-block, backward stairs. So they show that, and that's very helpful. Journey map is this thing, is the map, and Fix is a very like backdoors mod. It it's basically a massive performance increase for any mod pack. Like it makes the loading time of those very like it almost doubles it and maybe more, but it's an absolute must. It it usually like between doubles to triples your frames, and that's a really helpful mod. So let's move on to the G tier, which stands for godly or godlike, whatever. Okay, so the G tier is storage drawers, Tinker's Construct, and Torchmaster. So storage drawers are basically these. You can put an item into them, then you can basically take the item and you can store a lot of items into it. Come on, what? Oh yes. And that's basically you can see in Wayla 8 stacks plus 1. Now it's 8 stacks. And you can lock these and use these for automation, which is incredibly helpful for automation, believe me. And yeah, so Torchmaster. Torchmaster is what adds these things. It basically they basically block spawning in a very big radius, and it also has stuff that blocks passive mob spawning. if you want these, I once used it in a base of mine, sort of wasteland base. It was very cool. And Tinker's Construct, yeah, the Tinker's Construct allows you to make any tools you want, and they can be a little bit OP, but I just don't rush into Tinkers, and that's how I don't make it OP for me. Because when you rush into Tinkers, it's very OP. So, yeah. Okay, so this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and the links for all this for these mods are gonna be in the description, so make sure to check them out. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.